Sounds great.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, the Vote Yes Committee defends why most web shop bosses aren't making public appearances. The Free National Movement once again further explaining why it wants Bahamians to vote no if they don't know. Armed robberies on the rise in the southeastern section of the island, plus the former State Minister of Finance response to the possibility that the national deficit may balloon to $700 million. We've got those stories and so much more coming up. I'm Paige McCartney, and MB12 starts right now. Welcome once again to MB12. Members of the public have questioned why operators of web shops seem to be shrouded in secrecy while the Vote Yes and Vote No movements go head-to-head in hopes of winning over the majority of Bahamian voters. Well, Nakia DeVoe put that question to the Vote Yes Bahamas members today, who also expanded on how Bahamians can become owners in the industry if it is legalized.
Members of the Vote Yes Committee today explaining why numbers bosses are staying out of the public eye during the campaign. They say that gambling is a national issue and the campaign should be depersonalized.
You've heard from the people they have appointed to speak for them. And that's the way that's going to be. Because it's not, we've made every effort to depersonalize this exercise. It's a national effort. We don't want faces to be tagged into it. We don't want it to seem, that's why we've also made every effort to make sure it's non-partisan, non-denominational, or any of those kinds of things. We want to keep it a national issue, and that's why we're here to speak.
The committee's main spokesperson, Teresa Moxie Ingram, says they don't want Bahamians to associate voting in favor of gambling with voting for a particular personality. And due to this approach, the campaign has been very successful. In fact, she says members are confident that the majority of Bahamians will vote yes for the regulation and taxation of web shop gaming. While she refused to give details, Moxie Ingram said the committee has a lot of reliable information that indicates Bahamians will vote yes on January 28th.
We're doing our ground campaign. We're doing our house-to-house and street-to-street canvassing. We have engaged a number of scientific polls, which are giving us some very, very good information. We also are keeping our ears to the ground in terms of what the wind is saying. And we also know that more than a third of our adult population participates in the gaming exercises already.
Today, committee members also aim to clear up what they call misconceptions about the proposed share offerings. It was announced earlier this week that in the event of a yes vote, shares will be offered to the public. Vote Yes campaign manager Philip Galanis responded to critics who say only a small number will benefit. Galanis said this would afford a wide cross-section of Bahamians the opportunity to participate in the gaming industry as owners and not just players. He said web shop owners have pledged that there will be great returns, but many questions were left unanswered.
They will have the same level of participation as they do in Cable Bahamas or the Port Group Development or in Commonwealth Brewery, any of the other companies that have offered their shares to the public. What this is really is an unprecedented occasion for them to participate at the investment level, which is previously, as Mrs. Teresa Mox Ingram said, unprecedented. And so we think that there's going to be a tremendous opportunity and interest in persons having whatever amount of shares are offered. Again, we don't know what that will be, but it'll be substantial enough. So it's not seen to be a token offering.
The Vote Yes team says the plans by web shop operators to offer shares is not a ploy to secure votes. Galanis says industry stakeholders will not hash out details of the share offerings unless the industry is regulated and until the proper framework is put in place. The committee also promised to ensure a great degree of transparency throughout the entire process. Reporting for NB12, I'm Nakia DeVoe.
Well, the FNM once again urging Bahamians to vote no at the January 28th gambling referendum. Party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says that Bahamians should vote no to both questions because the government has not been forthcoming with the implications of voting yes for regularized web shops or a national lottery, except for the Prime Minister saying that they would save approximately 3,000 jobs. But Minnis said that's not a smart argument for the leader of a country to make.
So does prostitution. They provide jobs. So does drugs. So do we invite all drug pushers to come? Bahamas is now a nation for sale so we can push our drugs to the U.S. because they provide jobs. Child pornography, illegal, but provide jobs. Is the Prime Minister endorsing that?
At a press conference at FNM headquarters, Minnis said the government has sold a lot of dreams to the Bahamian people that it can't live up to. The FNM leader said the government has yet to answer critical questions about how the regulation and taxation of web shops would affect the Bahamas. He said by ignoring those legitimate questions, the government has made no meaningful attempt to provide information to help people understand the full scope of what it will entail.
What they're doing is wrong. The whole process is flawed. You cannot, the question is ambiguous. You look at the question, should the government regulate, should gaming or web shop be regulated and taxed? All right? If you answer yes, then you've said, yes, tax the web shop. If you answer no, you say, no, don't tax them, but let them proceed. That's not a fair question. You need clarity.
Well, Minnis said the government should have created an independent commission to educate the public on the pros and cons of legalized gambling for Bahamians. He said instead, the government has made the process more confusing for the voting public.
We have asked that that commission would likewise be responsible to ensure proper time frame for the educational process. They would also ensure that the question is non-ambiguous and clearly understood by the public, because you are asking us to vote on an issue that can have great ramifications tomorrow on our young people, be it positive or negative. We must know, because you can't ask me to make a decision on something I don't know. That is unfair. That is not democracy. That is how dictators behave. That is not democracy. At the same time, we've asked that the commission would also have reviewed regulations would have been out in advance, because you cannot come out with regulations afterward when you can have your regulations tailor-made so as to fit one or two who you want.
The FNM says the government should delay the poll if it can't do it properly. Well, after Sunday's shootout between police and criminals looking to rob an armored truck making a pickup at a web shop, officer in charge of the Southeastern Division Superintendent of Police Clayton Fernando revealed that police are stepping up saturation patrols in the Southeastern Division to protect owners and workers of all businesses in that division. He said that the community has its fair share of web shops, but that won't be the only focus.
That visibility with the police presence in the community, that means a lot. That removes the fear of from the citizen, remove the fear once you see police presence. Police visibility, that is very important. Once the community see the police in and out of the area, they feel safe. And we want to protect the business owners in the area as well. We want to build that relationship with them.
He adds that police will keep a close eye on web shops, especially considering that recent attempted armed robbery of a web shop on Calpan Road over the weekend. Just after 11 a.m. on Sunday, 4 masked men armed with high-powered weapons tried to rob an armored truck that was parked outside Island Game Web Shop. So far, 2 men, including a suspended police officer, have been arrested in connection with the robbery. Police are also on the hunt for a woman they believe was involved in the crime. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, a man faces charges in court for a recent murder. The U.S. Embassy issues a crime warning to Americans traveling to and living in the Bahamas, plus a spike in house breakings in southeastern Bahamas. We'll tell you more about those and other stories when we come right back.